I imagine that most of you have come here this weekend looking forward to the feast this evening. It's actually a major feast day in the Christian church. And if you regularly attend or even irregularly attend churches during this season of the year, you'll note that the clergy are usually dressed, or the church is dressed in purple for the season of Lent and Passiontide. But today, everything goes gold. Perhaps it won't be altogether difficult to work out why if I remind you that 9 months today, on the same calendar day as today, the 25th, comes Christmas. So that today the church celebrates the Annunciation, the occasion in which the angel Gabriel came to Mary and told her she was going to have a son. And the various readings that the church traditionally includes today in its daily services include a number of passages in the Bible that relate to the birth of Jesus, especially the Old Testament reading, which refers to a prophecy by Isaiah 800 years before the birth of Jesus, which says, "A virgin will conceive and bear a son, and you will call his name Emmanuel." Of course, he never was called Emmanuel, he was called Jesus. But there are various ways in which we use names, aren't there? There are Andys and Steves and Dereks among us here today. But actually, we are submariners. And I think that the reference to Jesus as Emmanuel describes is not so much given to him as a name as describing who he is. Just as we are submariners, he is God with us. And at various times during the Christian church, history of the Christian church, folk have tried to understand or explain or find words to express that mystery of God become man. One of the earliest archbishops of Canterbury, Anselm, spoke in those terms of God become man. Others have spoken of Jesus as the human face of God. And my favourite comes from Wesleyan Methodism and from Charles Wesley, who spoke of the fact that God has been made incomprehensibly present to us in Jesus. Now, we could leave it there and suggest that the incarnation of Jesus simply slots into that place where we put other unexplained mysteries. But actually, that's not how Jesus understood it, nor is it how the Christian church has understood it. It's understood that this remarkable fact in human history is also to be part of our history, because God became man in the person of Jesus for us. And this feast of the Annunciation is one that invites us all to say, how does this story become part of our story? And it invites us, I think, afresh to go back and read the gospel accounts of Jesus' life and testimony and find how they become relevant for each one of us.